Grand Rising, everyone. Thank y'all for jumping on. As you come in, do me a favor, drop your city and state, and let us know where you're tuning in from. And also let us know what time you're seeing this. This is the Blank Spot. We are a sublimation blanks and t-shirt transfer supplier located just outside of Columbia, South Carolina. And today is Business Saturday. We wanted to come on and share some time with you guys and answer some questions and talk about some business topics as well. So once again, this is the Blank Spot. We're a sublimation blanks and t-shirt transfer supplier located just outside of Columbia, South Carolina. But more than that, we are business owners, and business is always first. And even though we work inside the crafting lane or the crafting arena, um, there's a lot of things that we have to consider because we are business owners. So Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Good afternoon, Sheila, out of Covington, Georgia. Like I said, guys, drop those cities and states and let us know what time it is, guys, where you are that you're seeing this. We'd like to know how we attracted you, how we showed up on your timeline, and feel free to watch this again on our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is The Blanks Spot. So, guys, I'm going to give it a little bit of time for people to come in and just be prepared for your questions. Because if you have any questions, we want to address them. We're going to be talking some business, guys. The difference between working in your business versus working on your business. Hey, Tanita out of Jersey. Thanks for jumping on. Also, when you are able to determine the difference between working in your business and working on your business, it's going to help you to be able to grow. We got High Point, North Carolina. All right. We got Tammy out of Georgia. Thank you. Appreciate it. Did I miss somebody? So we got several platforms going on. So yeah, you're on the East Coast with me, Sheila. Thank you. I appreciate it. So is Tanita. Thank you. Hope you guys are engaged on today. For those of you who have a 9 to 5, a 7 to 3, a 12 to 12, whatever shift you're working, if you have a 9 to 5, you're plugging in to a job and you're off today, I hope you are taking this time to work on your business. Because if you are serious about your business, then there are no off days, right? We're going to get this thing started here in a minute. Okay. So I got a couple of notes, just a couple of notes. I'm going to be looking at my phone. I got a couple of notes. Hello, Sonia. How are you? Thanks for jumping on. Got a couple of notes that we're going to be going over as well. And I'm going to be available to answer any questions that you guys may or may not have. ATB Marketing. How you doing? Upper State, South Carolina. All right. So once again, this is the Blank Spot. My name is Eric. It's Business Saturday. We are a sublimation blanks and t-shirt transfer supplier. My wife, she started off crafting some years ago, and it was a shock to me to see that there was a huge difference between actually crafting and actually operating a business, because I was ignorant. I didn't know. However, moving forward, we started this business right in the middle of the pandemic. May of 2021 is when we launched this particular business. Previous to that, we were already in business. We have a financial education and business building company that a lot of you guys don't know about. And that being said, we have some experience in business operations on the back end of the business. But I wanted to talk to you today about the difference between working in your business and working on your business, and then having that balance. So by a show of number ones, if it's your first time here, type that number one in the comments, please, and thank you. If you've been here before, Type A number 2. I may not recognize everyone, but if you're brand new, type of number 1. If you're new, type of number 2. If you are a business owner, if you claim being a business owner, type a number 3 in the comments. I know it's a lot of numbers. I'm going to remember. It's always number 1 if you're new. It's always number 2 if you're returning. And then number 3 if you are claiming to be a business owner. Hey, Latrice, how you doing? Thanks for jumping on. So for all the number 3s that are out there, most of you all are solopreneurs. You're solo entrepreneurs. You're doing it by yourself. I see Lisa says she's got a side hustle for now. Thanks for being honest. I appreciate it. Most of you guys are doing it by yourself. Whether you're a side hustler or you are a business owner, you're doing it by yourself. You may be transitioning or ready to transition into becoming a business owner. That can be really scary. But the one thing that I want you guys to understand is that you have to have a balance. If you are a solopreneur, if you are doing it by yourself, if you're the only one, that means that you are the CEO, you're the CFO, you're the COO, you're the marketing personnel, you're the HR person, you're the person that's dealing with customers and complaints, you're dealing with all the emails, you're doing all of everything, to include you're going to be making the items, you're going to be packaging the items, all that, okay? You're doing everything. That's that solopreneur. And that's how most people start off, whether you are married and have a spouse, or whether you are, you're married, have a spouse and they're involved or not. Maybe you have a significant other, or maybe you just decide to do it on your own, whatever the case may be. A lot of times we start this thing off by ourselves, okay? Because it may be an idea that God gave you. Your spouse may not have the same vision. You guys are walking the same path and y'all may not be totally lined up, but y'all going together. There's a couple of things you gotta consider when you're working in your business versus working on your business. So I'm gonna read a quick definition of working in your business versus working on your business. Okay, working in your business, basically you're fulfilling orders. You're doing everything that I said. You're fulfilling orders. You are making items. You are maybe dealing with customers every day. Okay, that's a brief representation of working in your business. Now, working on your business, you are looking to expand or grow. You are doing things in the back end of your business. Maybe you're doing the tax documentations. Maybe you're doing the inventory. Maybe you are doing record keeping. Maybe you're looking for vendors. That kind of coincides with working on your business. And you may grow to the point to where you're able to hire a virtual assistant to help you take off some of the responsibility off your table of working in your business. But until you do that, you're going to have some type of balance, especially if you have a 9-to-5. Do me a favor, guys, by a show of hands, who has a 9-to-5? You go to a job and you clock in. You're working for somebody else. Who's got a 9-to-5? Show that hand. This is going to be important. It's going to be very important because there's some type of balance that needs to happen. If you work a straight Monday through Friday or 5 days a week, or you got 2 days off or 1 day off in between, however your schedule is, you really don't have time to take time off if you're growing and building a business. You may have a family. You may be a dual parent household. You may be a single parent household. Regardless, you don't have time. Your mom or dad may be helping you. Your aunt and cousins may be helping you with your kids. Regardless, you don't have time to take a day off. So when you are off from that 9-to-5 building somebody else's business, and you get that weekend off, or maybe that holiday off, or maybe, during the week off, it's time to grind. You don't have time to say, hey, I'm going to sleep in late. I'm going to take this time to take me a little break. I'm going to, you pause for a little while and then you keep on going, but you really don't have a lot of time to pause, because many of us, like myself, I'm a little bit older. I'm a Generation X. I didn't do what I was supposed to do when I was younger. So because I didn't do what I was supposed to do when I was younger, I'm behind. And the one thing that you cannot get back is time. So once I realized that I was behind and I had to double time, that's a military term because I'm prior military. I had to double time. I realized that the time that I have to figure out how to free it up, and at the same time, learn how to make money with my time. Because time, once again, is the one thing that you can't get back. That's why if you guys have seen our lives, if you've seen us, my wife and I in action, you're welcome. Thank you. You've seen me and my wife in action. We're very specific with the time that we share on social media because that time has to be protected. That time is divided between, because we're entrepreneurs, we're a team. That time is divided between her responsibilities of answering the phone and taking care of the back end of the website. She handles a lot of, if not most of, the finances. She handles the ordering. She handles the vendors. While you'll see me oftentimes, like I am right now, handling the advertising, handling the marketing. You'll see me doing a lot of demonstrations and a lot of tutorials about our products. I had to learn that. Thank you, ATB. I appreciate it. I had to learn that because we are a team and we want to be successful. We had to separate those duties. And while we were live yesterday on Frequently Asked Questions Friday, we had a young lady asked about, how was it working with my wife? How was it working as a husband and wife? And it can be challenging. And sometimes it can be straight up difficult. She's just on the other side of the computer, y'all. So don't worry, she hears me. But it's worth it. Learning each other, learning how to work together. If you're married to someone, if you have a relationship with someone, if you're invested with that person or that personality, then you need to learn how to divide the work. You need to learn how to disseminate information. You need to learn how to speak to each other. You need to learn how to communicate. You need to learn how to delegate and be delegated to. It's obviously, listen, obviously somebody has to be in charge, okay? Somebody has to take and make the final decision, right? I accept making the final decision. But also with making the final decision, you have to understand that if I'm wrong, I have to accept that blame. If we're right, she's right. But if we're wrong, I take the credit and then we start over, we build it again. Okay. So someone has to take those roles. And if you're a solopreneur, you're doing all that yourself. Okay. So working in your business. This is the day-to-day grind, hands-on tasks that keep your business running. And examples include, like I said before, fulfilling orders, printing, pressing, packaging, and shipping, answering the customer's emails or messages, managing the social media posts or messages, and comments. We're going to talk about that because the social media comments keep it going. And then they have bookkeeping and inventory. I believe that is also a working on your business as well. And then any other problems. Okay, I do believe the bookkeeping and the inventory is it kind of, in my opinion, it falls in the working on your business, because if there's no inventory, you're not going to have any customers, and if you don't understand your books, keeping your finances up, you won't have any money to buy anything. Okay, when you're working in your business, you're essentially the employee. Have y'all felt that? Do y'all feel like you're an employee working for yourself? Have y'all heard that you got to pay yourself first? When you're working in a business as a solopreneur, self-employed, that is exactly what it is. You have created a job. You created a job for yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you have to ask yourself, do you want to stay at that job status? Or do you truly want to be that CEO or that boss that a lot of people claim to be? In order to do that, you got to put some policies in place. You have to put some procedures in place, and you have to put some systems in place. And a lot of people, unfortunately, are not ready to do that. So I wanted to have this conversation because it hopefully will bring to the forefront some of the things that we're doing. So we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break, a pause. That was working in your business. We're going to take a break, and we're going to bring our sponsor on. and our sponsor is going to come in and talk about some things. My wife just looked at me like I was crazy. Yeah, babe, we got a sponsor. Our sponsor is going to come in and talk about some things that we have going on. So give me 1 second. Hey, how's it going? This is Eric from the Blank Spot. Thank y'all for jumping on. We appreciate it. I know you guys could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be here with us. So just so you guys know, we have an amazing sale going on our sublimation paper. We have 4 different sizes that are on sale right now. We have our 8.5 by 11-inch paper. Also, we have our 8.5 by 14-inch paper. And then we have 11 by 17 and 13 by 19-inch paper. Now that paper is 30% off. No coupon code needed. No minimum purchase. You have all 4 sizes: 8.5 by 11, 8.5 by 14, 11 by 17, and 13 by 19. All 30% off. Now, we're gonna bring an announcement later on that's talking about our paper and why our paper is so low right now. That's going to come at a later date, but this is going to be the price most likely upcoming because we're going to be doing some changes. Nothing's wrong with the paper. It's not going out of style. It's not damaged, but we're making room for inventory. So 30% off until Sunday right now until Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, that may be changing here pretty soon. Also, guys, we have some amazing camo jackets. We have some amazing camouflage jackets that are on sale, okay? The jackets are available in sizes small through 2X. Small through 2X. So we had a customer comment on one of our posts, and I hadn't responded to them yet. Hopefully they'll see this video. They wanted to know what size a 2X is. A 2X is a 2X. So I think that person may have been wanting to know if these are true to size. As Americans, we tend to fall on the heavier side. Some of us are on the huskier side. Not here to offend anybody, but true to size, true to fit. The only way that you're going to find out if this fits you is if you order it. Now, my wife tried it on. It's true to her size. And then, we decided to go ahead and start sharing, okay? So, and last but not least, we're going to be talking about this again. Last but not least, we have our amazing T-shirt mini starter kit. The T-shirt mini starter kit consists of 6 T-shirts, 4 100% cotton and 2 100% polyester. It's going to be 4 cotton transfers and then 2 sublimation transfers. It also comes with a tape ruler, tape measure, also a measuring sheet that recommendation for your measuring positioning for the transfers. It's coming with heat tape and then a couple other things in there. So make sure you take advantage of that. This is the T-shirt mini starter kit. It is priced right and priced to sell. If you're on YouTube and Facebook, you can find all the direct links to those 3 products inside of those inside of that write-up. Okay. So, hey, thanks, Eric. I appreciate it. No problem. So, hey, we're back to our regularly scheduled conversation. Now, look like a lot of y'all got a kick out of there, right? Listen, guys, got to remind you, we are business owners, okay? And every time we come on here, it is to educate, inform, and sell, okay? If we do not get any sales, then guess what? We won't be in business. So we have to take the time to talk about our products and our services that we offer. Here's another product and service that we offer here at the Blank Spot. It is a one-on-one. Okay, we don't give any classes, but we do one-on-ones. It is the Pick My Brain. Pick My Brain. Okay, if you have a question, you want to talk about something one-on-one, you can schedule some time. I believe it's Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but you can pick our brain for an hour at a time. You can schedule several hours. That way, if you're brand new or if you have something you want to bounce off of us, you can do that in a controlled setting. Okay. So, Grand Rising John, thanks for jumping on. Appreciate it. If you haven't done so, guys, drop that city and state, like the video, share the video. Remember, you can watch this again on the replay on our YouTube channel, which is The Blank Spot. And if you have any questions about how to shop with us at any given time, you can simply go to our website, theblankspot.com. Remember, there's 2 S's there. And also, whatever platform you're on, you'll be able to find our information in our bio. All that is going to be in the description, okay? So let's go ahead and get back to this conversation. We're talking about balance between working in your business versus working on your business. That's going to be a challenge, especially if you are doing it by yourself. Okay. So we talked about working in your business. And I said before, working in your business, you're basically an employee. Okay. And I don't know about you, but I learned a lot about working for myself. Thanks, John. I appreciate you sharing that. I learned a lot about working for myself. You have to be disciplined enough to do whatever it is that's required. Okay. Good afternoon, Ernie. Thanks for jumping on. Many people are not disciplined enough to get up and go to work, let alone now we want to start a business and we're thinking that everything is going to change. So your mindset is going to have to shift about how you think about you. Remember, we have to be faithful to the little things before God will make us rulers over many. And that little thing may be your job. That little thing may be the finances that you're bringing in for your household. You may be required to go to work and stay a little bit later. We can't complain about that. Because when it's time for us to work for ourselves, are we going to complain about that? Think about it. So what we're doing at somebody else's job is that we're practicing. We're getting ready. We're getting ready to be that boss, that CEO. We're getting ready to fulfill that position. Absolutely. If you're working from home, it's going to be even harder. So I recommend, and this is just a sidebar, I recommend if you work from home, that you put yourself on a schedule. If you don't have a 9 to 5 and you work from home, I recommend that you get up in the morning at a certain time. You do your hygiene, and you get dressed as if you were going to a job, because you are. Hopefully, your workspace is going to be different from your sleep space, because I'm telling you, I saw that during the pandemic, all of the people that were either working from home because their jobs sent them home to work from home, or because of the solopreneurs, they were working in their pajamas. Get up, refresh, clean up, get dressed as if you were leaving the house. That will get your body and your mind ready to be prepared for whatever you're going to handle. Many people can't handle adverse situations because they're not mentally prepared. How are you going to talk to a customer and handle a customer situation if you're in your pajamas or your bathrobe? Something to think about. Okay. So now, if you're just joining us, we're talking about the balance between working in your business versus working on your business. And there's a huge difference. Working in your business, you are physically right there and you are in the mix. You are an employee. Okay. But working on your business, it's a little bit different. It's a different type of strategy. Okay. And it says this strategic side, stepping back to build, improve, and grow your business for long term. Now, I'm just gonna have to go ahead and put this out there. Some of you guys are not in it for the long term. Some of y'all are in it just to flip a couple of dollars. And that would be some of the side hustles. And I know we had one person that said it's just a side hustle right now. There's nothing wrong with that. Just be honest with yourself. If you're not looking to grow and build something long term, then just say what it is. It's a hustle. I just want a couple of extra $100 every month to assist with my finances. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think the problem comes when you lie to yourself. Because when you lie to yourself, you have to keep on telling that lie. You keep saying it and saying it and saying it, calling it a business when it's not. So you have to understand, you have to position yourself to grow and build for a long term. Okay. That means that you're going to be creating systems and automations so your business can run without you. Here's a very pertinent fact. If you are currently a business owner and you currently do not have a platform, i.e., a website that can operate if you go to sleep, if your business is expecting you or dependent upon you to take every single order, if you're responsible for checking every email, and that's the only way you get orders, every messenger, every inbox, every phone call, every text message, then you're going to miss out on some orders. I want that to sink in. I am in no way talking about any specific person, but I am talking to everybody who does not have a system in place that can work while you sleep. because eventually you're going to have to close your eyes. And imagine how much money our company makes while we are asleep, while we are away on events, and while we're on vacation. We make a lot of sales while we're not there. And that's the beginning of understanding how business works. That same concept, that same phrase, making money while you sleep, that's because there's a system in place or you have someone working for you, okay? Develop marketing strategies and brand identity. Hello, we're the Blank Spot. We're a Sublimation Blanks and Supply t-shirt transfer supply company. I missed it up, but I practiced enough. Our brand identity. Can you see this right here? That's our logo, okay? This logo is trademarked. It's registered, okay? You can go to the USPTO and you can look up the Blanks Spot and you'll see that we have that trademark registered, okay? So now, this is our brand. Our brand is not Eric. Our brand is not Dorothy. Our brand is our company. And when our company can operate and you know us for our company, when you mention our company and not the couple, that's how you know people are starting to get it, okay? Even if you have a product that you're branding. We're branding now and marketing our paper and also this t-shirt mini starter kit. So a lot of people know us for our paper. People are going to start knowing us for our mini kit as well because this is becoming popular. So brand identity and marketing is working on your business to get your name out there, not your personal name, but your business name. Too many people are working and using social media for their business instead of flipping it and using business media to drive traffic to your business. See, you're using social media to drive traffic to you. So if you don't have a business page, and I know just how extremely challenging building a business page can be. Don't tell me that it's hard. I already know it's hard. We have struggled with it for years from several businesses. It is very challenging, but so is consistency. So is getting up, going to somebody else's job. We're talking about challenging things. So is looking at our bank account and seeing a zero less than what we want to have, or a couple of zeros less than what we want to have. We're talking about consistency. The more you are consistent on your business page, the more you post from your business page, the more you ask your customers to go and communicate with you, converse with you on your business page, the more you're going to have success. So use your business page to drive traffic to your business, not your person. Okay. Building partnerships and finding new revenue streams. I love that one. Jay Walsh from the UK. Thanks for jumping on. What time is it in the UK, Jay? Building partnerships and finding new revenue streams. Listen, guys, I get it. This industry, and just about any business industry, can be very competitive. But you have to understand the only competition that you should ever see is that face in the mirror. The face that's representing your business. If you're a solopreneur, you should be your only competition. Everyone else is just a test. They are research. They are sometimes guidelines. They're just somebody or something to look towards, to bounce things off of, to see if you're going in the right direction or if you need to steer in another direction. Okay? That is what that's about. You cannot be afraid to connect and network with people. 804, okay, that's what's up. Well, thank you. I appreciate you for jumping on. You cannot be afraid to connect with people. The biggest issue that I see is when you build connections. And I don't want to say partnerships, because partnerships, the word partnership is a legal term. Okay, I'm not a lawyer. I just know that a partnership is a legal term. So let's say connections, building connections, networking, okay? It can be challenging networking, especially if you're doing the same thing. So don't network with people who are doing the same thing. That was easy. Try networking with people who you need and networking with people who can add value to your life. For example, if you are in the printing industry and you are printing one particular type of print, if you're providing your customers with one particular type of print, instead of you connecting with someone who's doing the exact same thing as you're doing, it's going to feel like competition on one part. One part is going to feel like it's a competition. Why not connect with someone who is doing something different? Hey, how's it going, Jeremy? Drop your city and state, please, and thank you. And let us know where you're tuning in from and what time it is that you're seeing this video. We're talking about balancing between working on your business, and working in your business. Good afternoon from Miami, Florida. Thank you. I appreciate it. Building partnerships, or I'm not going to say that word again. Building connections or networking, in my opinion, is one of the best ways to grow your operation. You never know who is going to need what you have. And also, you never know if you're going to need what somebody else has. But you have to be willing to do more than just give. And you have to, and I want to verbalize this correctly. You have to do more than just give, because giving can be a lot. You have to understand to draw the line in receiving as well. So you want to be able to give and receive at the same time. It can be challenging, I promise you. If you're in a connection in a ship, let's say that. If you're in a ship with someone and you feel like you're giving more than you're receiving, and it could be off balance sometimes, but if it's always heavy on the other side, you're giving, and you're not really getting anything back, then that may not be a good ship to be on. Maybe you should get off of that ship and wait for the next one to come. See, here's the problem with connecting with people. Excitement. Has anybody here ever gone to a car dealership to purchase a car? Type a number 4 in the comments if you've ever purchased a car before. You walked onto the dealership, onto the parked car lot, and you wanted to buy a car. Where's the number 4s at? I got you, Ernie. I'm excited. I am about to get my dream car, right? Pulaski, Tennessee. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm excited. But the problem is the salesperson knows you're excited too. The salesperson knows that you're excited. There's nothing wrong with being excited. Nothing wrong with being happy. But it's our overexcitement that immediately pulls our walls down. And we don't pay attention to personalities. We don't test drive. We just get in, buy it, and go. Or we buy it, get in, and go. We buy what that person is saying. We don't test drive to see if they are consistent. We don't test drive. Almitra, thank you. Thanks for jumping on. Drop your city and state. We don't test drive to see if that person is going to be, or that personality is going to be consistent. Are they consistently saying something good? Are they adding value? Or are they, come on, are they just, running the game? See, we're so excited to find somebody who seems to be as serious as we are. And we're so excited to see somebody who seems to be, excited like us, that we just let all of our guards down and we jump into that ship with them. And then later on down the road, you find out that they weren't as serious as you. They had nothing of value for you to bring to the table. Fort Lauderdale, thank you. I appreciate it. So being excited, there's nothing wrong with it. But you have to understand that you have to test it out. Watch people. See if what they're saying is the right thing. Trust but verify. Definitely listen to what they're saying, seeing if they're consistently saying the same thing. See if you can catch them in a lie. Yes, it's a sale and commission for them. There are some honest salespeople. Remember, when you meet someone on the playground, Remember when we were kids? You just wanted to play. You didn't care what they looked like. You didn't care what their gender was. You just wanted to play. When we meet somebody on the playground, we're being our genuine self. It's when we get a little older that we feel like we have to put on for people. Find out if that person is telling you the truth. Find out if what they're saying is legitimate. Find out if they're actually running their business or if they're just running a game. That may take some time. It may take a couple of months. It may. Find out if that person and your personality is going to clash or if you're going to have, a good result. You have to know yourself. In the military, one of the things that I learned in the military was to know yourself and seek self-improvement. Thank you, out of Phoenix. I appreciate it. To know yourself and seek self-improvement. So you already know you. You can't lie to yourself. You know if you're going to put up with X, Y, and Z. You know how much you're going to put up with. You know what's going to trigger you, tick you off. You should know these things. So you should be able to tell if you are paying attention if somebody is not doing what they say they're going to do. So a lot of times we get these connections and we get on these ships because we're excited. And they see us coming from a mile away. And people are they're rubbing their hands, D, because they see you coming. You're what people call on the street a mark, right? Because I'm going to suck all of the information out of you. I'm going to get everything I can out of you. Yes, it shouldn't be like that, but that's the way of the world. There are some great people out there. There's some great connections out there. Find some. Learn how to use them to your advantage, and then also be a giver and give back, okay? Building connections and finding new revenue streams. New revenue streams. Let's talk about that. How many people understand multiple sources of revenue? I didn't say multiple sources of income. Let's stop right there. Type a number 5 if you do not understand the difference between income and revenue. I do not understand income and revenue. Type a number 5. Okay. I just want to know who I'm talking to. Got a couple of number 5s. All right. So it's very simple. Income is a job. I'm not talking about the job that you created as your business. I'm not talking about that business that you created. I'm talking about income is I'm going to clock in. If I don't go in, it will not come. Are y'all with me? Income is just a regular W-2 type of a job. If I don't do it, if I don't go in and get it, it won't come. Revenue comes from a business. What makes it different? Well, you say, well, Eric, I'm working for myself, and if I don't work for myself, I won't make any money. It's taxed differently. Income from a job and revenue from a business is both financial, it's both resources, but they're taxed differently. The income is going to be taxed higher, the revenue is going to be taxed lower. So you want to find different streams of business money, okay? Revenue. How can you do that? Starting another business? Now, you can find multiple sources of revenue by possibly looking at what you have inside your operation already and creating another product. Yep, it can be just that simple. If you're making custom shirts, and that's your main thing, making custom shirts, well, why not create bundles? That can be considered another source of revenue. You don't have to go out and get another machine that's doing something totally different. You can do something that falls right inside your current wheelhouse, but you're covering another portion of that. creating more revenue, another stream of revenue from what you're already doing. Maybe you're very educated at what you do, and maybe you decide that you want to start giving some classes every other week or once a month. That could be another source of revenue. Okay. So I want you guys to think about that. Hiring, training, and delegating to team members. Now, I don't believe too much in team members, but I do believe in staff. As a business owner, that conversation is a very touchy one because you're trying to walk away, in a sense, from your current job. And you're fighting the man or the woman, and you're saying, man, I just don't feel right having employees. Well, you're not going to be right. You're going to always be wrong if you're always doing all the work. So it's not a team member that you're looking for. You're looking for an employee. You're looking for someone maybe to outsource something to. You're looking for someone to maybe let's pause for a minute, okay? So I'm now going to block you, okay? Because I'm actually working today. So you're blocked. So you were just muted yesterday, so now you're blocked. Give me 1 second. Appreciate you. All right. Thank you. So, real quick conversation about sublimation gas being toxic. Gentleman just popped up again. You guys, please go back and do your research and Google it. You can do a chat GPT. Sublimation gas is not toxic. You can go ahead and do your research. Anyway, back to the topic. You want to make sure you hire training. You train and delegate to your employees. You can actually get an answering service when it comes to that. Okay, you can get an answering service. You can get a staffing service. You can get someone to work part-time. I think they're called virtual assistants. You can get virtual assistants, things like that. Okay, so that is something that you can do as far as working on your business, and that's going to lighten your load. Now, here's the problem: there's a lot of people who just don't want to give up that responsibility. Nobody can do it like me, though, Eric. I understand that, but once you get to a point to where you can do something and produce, and you're okay with producing something at the 85 to 90 percentile, your employees or your staff can actually grow from that. Nobody's going to do it like you, and it's never going to be 100%, even coming from you. So I believe that 85 to 100% is a great product because it gives us room for growth. I want y'all to ponder on that now, okay? I want y'all to ponder on that and think about that for a minute, okay? Think about that. Giving up the reins, delegating authority. There's nothing wrong with that, but you definitely have to understand that you cannot do it all by yourself if you're going to build a business. And then setting financial goals and tracking progress. That is something huge, man. A lot of people don't have financial goals. So I encourage you not to just say, hey, I want to make this amount in sales, but you want to be able to set your profits as well. But you want to make sure you understand there are some goals that you can set. You're going to have obstacles as well. A lot of people don't understand goal setting. I think my wife and I are going to do another training on goal setting. I think that's going to be a good training. We did that before. And we have a new audience as well. So I think that might be very helpful to a lot of people because a lot of these things are not taught in school. Remember, many of us were taught in school to go to school, make good grades, and get a good job. Now, when we have decided that we want to become an entrepreneur, we have to learn all over again. And many of us are at the adult stage to where it's going to be challenging to learn these things. Listen, if we're currently working inside of bad habits or not so great habits, the thing of it is not to try to flush the bad habits. The thing is to create more good habits, and the bad habits will slowly fade away. SMART goals. I like that. I like I know what the acronym is. So we're gonna look at putting a class together for that. Okay. but setting financial goals and tracking progress. How are you going to track progress here? That means that you got to have a system in place to see where you are. And believe it or not, a website will track a lot of those things. A website will track a lot of those things. It'll track your sales, it'll track your priors, and it'll give you projections for what's coming up. Getting to the end, y'all. So I got a couple more things, but we're gonna take another short break and bring our sponsors back in. So, hey guys, how's it going? This is Eric from the Blank Spot, and I appreciate you guys coming on. If you have stayed here this long and you're finding some value in what's going on, I just wanted to come in and let you guys know that we are offering our sublimation paper, 4 different sizes, 8.5 by 11, 8.5 by 14, 11 by 17, and 13 by 19. They are all 30% off. You can't beat that with a bang. This paper is high transfer rate, no bleed, which means you don't need butcher paper, and it's fast drying. Okay. Once again, 8.5 by 11, 8.5 by 14, 11 by 17, and 13 by 19. 30% off, no minimum required, no coupon required. Next, guys, we have this amazing camouflage jacket. Okay. This jacket is available in sizes small through 2X. They are true to size. I hope you are. Go to the website and check it out. This jacket is great. It takes, and this is what we've done. You can go back and look at our videos. We put rhinestone transfers on here, chenille patches on here. I didn't do it for you guys, but I've even put a screen print transfer on here. So these are great. They're 95% polyester. But yeah, these are great jackets. Okay. Great for the fall and also into the spring. And last but not least, I want to share with you guys our t-shirt mini starter kit. Great if you are brand new to t-shirt making, you want to get started, but you don't know where to get started. Maybe you have your heat press already. That's great. This comes with 4 100% cotton shirts. 4 100% cotton shirts. It comes with 2 100% polyester shirts. It's going to come with 2 sublimation transfers. It's going to come with a single color screen print transfer, a full color screen print transfer, a rhinestone transfer, and a chenille patch, or either a chenille, not patch, but a sequin patch, okay? Either regular chenille patch or a sequin patch. Now, it's going to come with a measuring tape, a measuring ruler. It's going to come with heat tape. The heat tape is great. It does not stain your substrates. It's also going to come with a t-shirt measuring or positioning recommendation, okay? Comes with something else. I can't remember off the top of my head, but you can go to the website. The website is theblankspot.com. You said you need this, so simply go to this website, theblankspot.com. Go to the front page. Don't go anywhere else. Click on what's new. So scroll down till you see a picture that says what's new. You're going to see everything that's new in there. You'll see this t-shirt mini kit. You'll see the jacket. And if you want to purchase the sublimation paper, guys, you can go to the website. You can go to search sublimation paper. Okay. Now, the only things that's going to be on sale are the sheets or the package right now. They are 100 sheet packets. Okay. Okay. Let's go. You say you love the marketing strategy. I appreciate it. I hope that somebody would appreciate what we're doing, because we do have to make sales, guys. If we continue to do this, we want to make sales, so we can continue to do this for free. All right. Now, the last thing it talks about is innovating products and services for future growth. This is going to be very important, because I posted something this morning, and I'm going to read what I posted. And I want you guys to pay attention to what I read as we come to a close. We're going to offer an opportunity to do some Q&A, but I want to read this post that I made this morning, okay? Here you go. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? I have to find it. Here it is. Now, I said that there is not a single blueprint to success. So why do people keep purchasing classes, ebooks, and tutorials that talk about the blueprint to success? I'll tell you why. Because people are lazy. People are afraid to fail. People are worried that they're going to mess up. People have their backs up against the wall, and this is the last hoorah. They're worried that if they don't get this right, they're going to lose. Your spouse may have told you, hey, if you spend another penny on something else and you haven't read it, you haven't followed through, we're done. So people look for things that are easy to do. People have jobs, they have families, they have all types of things going on. But you have to understand that there's no blueprint to success. The first thing it says is to define clear goals. Success starts with clarity. Know what you want. Do you realize that people don't know what they want? It may come as a surprise to a lot of folks, but people don't know what they want. All right, let's keep it going. Know what you want. Financial independence, business growth, creative recognition, etc. Use SMART goals. That's what Latrice was talking about. You have to be specific. SMART is an acronym. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So many people create unrealistic expectations for themselves, and then they wonder why they crash out and quit. Okay? One thing you have to understand is that you have to know yourself. If you're lagging at your job, most likely you're going to lag at your business. So you have to change your mindset, which means you're going to have to change the people that you hang around. Because 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to change the people that hang around you. Okay? So you have to move. Number 2, build the right, I said it, mindset. Mindset matters, y'all. Develop resilience. Don't just quit just because something didn't work out. Setbacks are a part of the process. Do you realize how many people come to us in our messenger or in our chat saying, hey, I really want to get started, but I don't know how to do it. You wanted to start your job, but you didn't know how to do it, but you didn't let that stop you. You wanted to start your job, but you wrote a fake resume and you didn't let that stop you. Stop lying to yourself. It's not that you don't know how to do it. It's just that you're not confident enough. I can't help you with confidence. Maybe I'll be able to tell you something that may inspire you, but your situation has to motivate you. There is no such thing as a motivational speaker. Everybody who's talking good, they are inspirational speakers. Your situation should be your motivation. Your family should be your motivation. Your bank account should be your motivation. That has nothing to do with somebody saying something. I just thought I'd put that out there. Develop resilience. Setbacks are a part of the process. Practice growth mindset. See challenges as opportunities to learn. Yes, I may mess up, but I learned from messing up. Y'all notice that there's not a lot of people on here, but people look for free information. Do you guys think I'm giving some valuable information? I had a couple of people comment about it, but do you think this is some valuable information? Because the only way you're going to be able to see this again is if you go to our YouTube channel, The Blank Spot. Okay? So think about that. Stay disciplined. Motivation fades. Thank you. I appreciate it. Motivation fades, but habits carry you. Good habits are going to carry you. Number 3, keep learning and adapting. Continuously sharpen your skills. Stay curious and open-minded to new methods, technology, and perspectives. Learn from mentors, competitors, and failures. And listen, do not be afraid to question what somebody's saying. You don't know me from Adam. I could be telling you a crock of doo-doo. Don't take it just because I'm saying it and you trust me on a different level. Go out and validate what I'm saying. ATB Marketing says motivation equals have a why. You have to have a why. Why is so I don't have to live with my family or have to have the option of not living with my family, whatever it is. I love them. Whatever your why is, okay? But your mindset is key. Mindset is key. But you trust what someone says, but you verify it always. That's why when the gentleman talked about the toxicity of sublimation ink or the toxins, when actually I know he's talking about when the gas is released, it doesn't produce enough. It doesn't produce enough. If it's at a higher heat, yes, it could be an issue, but you're talking about being in a closed area, but it's not toxic. And nothing in the definitions that are saying that it's toxic. So you have to verify. You have to also understand that when you have the public's eye, you are responsible for what's coming out of your mouth. And there's going to be a novice, there's going to be a beginner, there's going to be a kid, a child in this industry that's going to cling on to what you're saying because of your personality, because of your behavior, whatever the case. You have to understand that that is the part of I am responsible. I have to be a responsible sharer of information. Good afternoon. Thanks for jumping on. We're just about done. Number 4, take consistent action. Small daily actions compound into big results. The more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. Execution beats ideas. How many times have you had an idea, but you overprocess the idea? A lot of us do that. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. Sometimes you just have to go do it and then improve on it. Track progress and adjust quickly when needed. Number 5, build relationships. We talked about this, and networks. Success is rarely achieved alone. Success is never achieved alone. Nobody ever built anything great doing it by themselves. Whether they watched somebody, whether they had a specific one-on-one mentor or guide, it does not matter. No one pulled themselves up by their own bootstraps. All this with the young people talking about getting it out of the mud. I don't want to get anything out of the mud. I've been in mud before. Mud is hard to walk in. I don't want to walk in mud. All right. I don't want to get it out the sand. I don't want to get it out of the mud. If there's somebody that can help me and guide me to the right point or the right direction, I'm going to take that assistance. That's just me. Okay. Success is rarely achieved alone. Surround yourself with supportive, ambitious people. Collaborate when you can and ask questions and share value. One of the biggest issues with that statement is that people are asking. But my question is, what are you bringing to the table? If the only thing you're bringing to the buffet is an empty plate and some plasticware for yourself, then that's a problem. When are you going to add value? So position yourself to be valuable as well, which means you have to do some studying. Number 6, it says to manage resources wisely. Time, money, and energy are your main resources. Time, money, and energy are your main resources. Time, money, and energy, I think y'all get it, right? Budget carefully. You want to work inside a budget, not work on a budget. When building a business, we're working within a budget, not on a budget. Invest strategically and delegate when possible. That will help you to avoid burning out. Rest and recovery are a huge part of your productivity. If you are tired and you've been dragging and talking about how you grinding, but you're working on projects and you just messing up, you're no good to yourself or anybody else. You're just wasting projects. You're just wasting materials, okay? And last but not least, this is what I wanted to share with y'all. I got to number 7. Add value and serve others. If you have not learned anything from this conversation, is that you have to create a solution to someone's problem. I will say that again for anybody who's in the back who did not hear me. Anybody can create a product, but what is it solving? This product right here is going to solve a brand new person that is wanting to make t-shirts. They don't have to look for it. They don't have to worry about the transfers. Everything's in here that they need except for heat press. So we just solved the problem. We gave it a great price, which is going to be cost effective for them. and we're going to make a profit. That's solving a problem. Here, solving a problem. Too many people out there are using sublimation paper that you have to cover with butcher paper. It is bleeding. When I was in the military, we learned first aid. The phrase that we learned was to stop the bright red bleed. Stop the bright red blood. Okay, you have to press down on that transfer to stop the bleeding. We have stopped the bleeding. It's fast drying. It has a high transfer rate, so you're not going to see a lot of ink on your paper. This solves a problem. The problem is people are spending too much money and too much time on trying to protect their heat press and also trying to get a great product. Once people really understand how this works, we're going to get more customers. We're creating not just products, but we're creating solutions to people's problems. Okay? The most sustainable success comes from solving problems for others. I want y'all to remember that. If you can solve a problem, you're going to have success. In business, provide solutions, not just products. They're beating this one down. In personal life, lift others up, and success often follows. Now, I don't know what you guys got out of this. Hopefully you got some value out of it. But I feel like when we do these types of lives and we do these types of trainings, there is a sense of, if you're not showing me how to do something as a crafter or a creator, then I don't need you. Well, we already know that the people who are on here are the ones that are supposed to be on here. If that is you or somebody that you know, then you may want to reconsider if you're looking to build a business. Got some value? I appreciate it. You may want to reconsider how you're going to build your business. You have to look at things from different avenues and different points of views. Mindset is everything. Okay? It's not just about making something. It's not just about making a sale. It's not even just about making a profit. When you learn how to connect with people through your products and services, through your conversation, through your willingness to help and assist, your smaller business just got bigger. People will begin to tell other people about your opportunity, because it will be an opportunity. It won't just be another product that they can buy. They'll tell people about your business. They'll tell people about the information that you shared and how it helped them. It's called a testimony. And people have not stopped testifying. Once you become that business that you want, whether you stay a smaller business in stature or whether you grow to a larger company, keep those same goals. Keep those same things in mind, because the same thing that gets you where you want to go is the same thing that's going to keep you there. You're just going to keep on doing it. Okay. So remember, we do have a sale on our paper, 30% off. If you are doing sublimation, that's a great opportunity. If you know someone who's doing sublimation, go to our Facebook. I think I put it on YouTube, and also I know I put it on TikTok, but go there and share the video. Let people know if you've used our paper. Let them know how good it is. I'm sure a lot of you guys are sharing. Also, the mini starter kit, that's a great opportunity for people who want to do different things. Great opportunity for people who want to try different things. And even if you want to get into the industry and you're not sure, you're not spending a whole lot of money. Okay. And last but not least, just connect with us on our Facebook, our YouTube, our Instagram, and our TikTok. Like our videos, share our videos. You know, it's important. It's important to help in that way. If you're gonna, thanks for the gift. If you're gonna support someone, support them like that. Okay. So now I'm reading comments and I'm opening it up for questions. Let's see. ATV Marketing says there are good professional motivators. But you're very inspirational. Very motivational. I never watch replays of live streams, but I'm watching this again. Well, I appreciate it. And I'll be honest with you, man. I appreciate the compliment. I don't look at myself as a motivational person. I look at myself as someone who's had some issues in life and who has some adversity, and we're still standing. And if anything that we've experienced that can help somebody, then I'm there. All right. This video is a replay for YouTube. It will be up. I'm not sure how long it's going to take to process, but you guys are more than welcome to ask questions. The floor is open. Do you guys have any questions of us? Any questions of us? Once again, if you're just jumping on, we are a Sublimation Blanks and T-shirt transfer supplier located just outside of Columbia, South Carolina. Latrice said, hey, D.
Hey, Latrice.
D is back there in the background working on our business. She's working on our business, helping to create multiple sources of revenue. We got some news to share with you guys in the next 48 hours or so. We're going to introduce some things to y'all. I hope you guys got some value. I'm not going to hold you up. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email us. Explain revenue again. Absolutely. Revenue comes from a business. Okay. Both of it looks like money. Both revenue and income look like money. But revenue is going to come from a business or a business opportunity. Here is something that you have to understand. When you work a job, your job is going to be taxed at the highest rate. And the reason why I brought that tax part up is because it's very important to understand some of the benefits of being a business owner. Being taxed at the highest rate, taxes are your biggest expense. If you're taxed at the highest rate and you can only get money from a job, make money from overtime or a second job, you're just going to continue to move to a higher tax bracket and continue to get highly taxed. However, when you take a business and marry that business with a job, you just had a tax deduction. You just had a tax deduction, okay? And revenue coming from a business is taxed less, as much less. So the whole purpose is understanding the financial gain. Having a business, your business may not be as successful as you want it to be, but it can be a huge tax write-off that can save you money. Okay. I hope I didn't get too far off. Let's see, John said, how can I find apps for Shopify? Well, the apps for Shopify will be in Shopify once you get started. Okay. They will be in Shopify once you get started. But to make it real simple, if you want to know a specific app for Shopify, I would encourage you to use ChatGPT. Got to watch the replay? Absolutely. It's going to be available. And the replays are free. See, I do have a few products I found that you may want to know about. Okay. Well, email me, John. You got our email. And if you don't, here it is. Just in case. Wait, I know you got it because you see, look, you get so many emails from us a week. So, and this is for everybody, okay? But it's important, guys, to understand. You're welcome. It's important to understand the difference between, if you're a business owner, it's important to understand the difference between income and revenue. Of course, having a business, now all of your revenue is going to be counted, all your income, all your money is going to be counted together, and you can actually learn how to lower your taxes. Questions or comments? I'm going to stay on for a little while. It's Business Saturday, y'all. We're getting some rain here in Columbia, South Carolina. Getting a little weather. There's a storm out there brewing. Hope everybody's all right. Nobody's been too greatly affected by the storm. Anybody else? Questions or comments? We just talked about the balance between working in your business versus working on your business. And I think it's a very powerful message when you think about it. We get so focused on making items. Oh, McQueen's, you're in Charleston? I know you ought to be getting some rain right now. How is it down there? Yeah, it's a huge difference, guys, but it's a great message, I believe, because we get so wrapped up into making items as crafters or in the crafting industry. And you gotta learn how to balance the two. Sometimes we can get stuck working in our business so much that when we forget the benefits of working on our business. I think at the beginning you have to do both for a while. Yeah, absolutely. You definitely have to do both for a while. But the problem is, Latrice, is that most people are only working in their business in the beginning. And then they learn at the wrong time, or I don't want to say wrong time, but down the road that they should have been working on the business. So how will your taxes be affected if you just have the business and no 9 to 5? That's a great question. You will still be taxed at a lower rate. However, you won't have that extra income to assist you if time gets a little slow in your business. If you got a job right now, if you have a job right now, this is the best time to start a business. And if you hear anybody tell you, hey, go ahead and fire your boss and build your dream and fire your boss, do not listen to those clowns. Yes, I said it, clown. Because I too used to say that, repeating what someone else said to me, which was a clown. They didn't have a job. Your job can fund your business. And some of you guys understand what I'm talking about as far as not just using the finances, but understanding how to lower your taxes on your job and shift that money towards your business. See, a lot of people don't understand that if you have a job and you have a business, once again, your taxes can be lowered if you understand the process. However, when you quit your job, thank you, I appreciate it. But when you quit your job, you no longer have some of the benefits. You don't have days off. I think y'all call it PTO. You don't have medical leave. You don't have medical insurance. You don't have dental insurance, eye insurance, all that stuff. So work that job as long as you can. So the tree says you have to pay full tax on Social Security and Medicaid. Yeah. So on a job, you're going to be paying 7.62%. And your job, your employer is going to pay the other half. So it's like 15.3%, something like that. And your job is going to pay half and you're going to pay half. When you're a business owner, you got to pay everything. But with the right information, the right financial knowledge, and the right tax professional, you can understand how to legally lower that number and shift that money back into your household. Questions, comments, you're welcome. You're welcome. Let's hang around till about time is it? We're gonna hang around till about 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's about 12 more minutes. Questions and or comments. We do have the Pick My Brain. It is a service that we provide. You can go to our website, which is theblankspot.com. If you guys have any one-on-one questions, maybe you're a little hesitant to ask in front of everyone. Maybe you're just a shy person. If you want to schedule some time, you can do that, okay? Pick My Brain. Rodney, how are you? Thanks for jumping on. Drop that city and state. We're just about done, guys. We're taking questions. Does anyone have a question about what we discussed or anything for that matter? If I can answer it, I will. All right. Coming towards the end, y'all. Take advantage of that sale on the paper, guys. Do me a favor. I have a question. We identified business owners, we identified side hustlers, but we didn't identify crafters. If you are a crafter, drop a number 1 in the comments. If you're a crafter, drop a number 1 in the comments. You don't have a business, just crafting. And you offer someone advice on growing a Facebook following. Ooh, consistency. I'm just gonna tell you, consistency. You have to post on Facebook or social media more than what is recommended. Country Wayne, the comedian, posts about 32 times a day. 32 times a day. I don't know if he has help. I'm sure he does. But And I don't know if you guys have noticed how our posts have increased on our social media, but you have to post several times a day on social media. Facebook is a great opportunity. I didn't know how great it was until I got some help on it. But consistency. There is a, if you have a business page, there is a setup that tells you how much you should post, okay? And you have to set it up. So I would actually look at I would actually go to, let's go to ChatGPT. Finding time to make content. There's all types of content out there. One video can yield you about 5 or 6 videos. Let me see. How do I offer NFL stuff on the website without getting in hot water? That's a question that you and I need to talk about, like one-on-one, John, because that's a question that you need to kind of understand what's going on. There's more items out there than you think. When you talk about building a Facebook page, so like right here, I'm live right now. See where it says professional dashboard? Y'all see that? It says professional dashboard. I'm going to click on professional dashboard. Ignore the green stuff, okay? So the way we have our Facebook set up, it lets us know I've chosen that I either want to get more views, get more followers, or get more people coming to our website, okay? I don't care about people coming. I don't care about more views, because if I can get more people to our website, the end result that I want to have is I want people to shop with us. So every week, I actually have something that I have to do, okay? So this week, they challenged me to get 1,500 or more views. If it's checked, it's done. I created a channel, and this goes by progress. The more you do, the more Facebook will open up to you. I had to create 15 new public posts. I had to get 50 new followers. This was within a week, 7 days, and I had to create 15 public reels. And then I have to post a story every day. It'll let me post twice a day, but I only get credit for one. It's a guideline. It's a guideline for where I need to be. So you want to first set up a business page, and then you want to understand Meta. The way you understand Meta is use ChatGPT. It's going to help you to understand. I promise you. But if you do one video for 30 minutes, you got at least 4 or 5 reels out of that one video. So everybody who's a crafter and you're doing sublimation, take advantage of the sublimation paper that's on sale. It's 30% off, guys. 30% off. If you're crafting, there's nothing wrong with that. You're actually our target audience. We actually have more crafters that we attract than we have actual business owners. So I want you guys to know that, Once I got a better understanding and I was set up properly, on the back end, I just started doing the work. And as I started doing the work, and you guys see how much we post, you see how much we send video, how much we send emails out. All that's marketing, and that's that's work. So it does take some time. But what we did was, instead of me watching TV, and I love football. I love football, and I like watching a good movie with my wife. But instead of me watching TV, I watch YouTube videos that help our business out. We still get out and do things together, but we're doing it together. Instead of me watching movies, I'm watching educational stuff. I'm listening to YouTube videos on how to build my YouTube. I'm listening to ebooks on how to grow our business. The dedication comes the same way that you progress on your job. It's the same thing, but you're doing it for yourself. It's a transfer shift. It's a mindset shift. You have to throw yourself into this thing if you want to experience a certain type of outcome. There's a whole bunch of people out there saying, I'm going to do something, but there ain't a lot of people that's doing it. And that's got to be the thing that separates you from other people. I want to thank you for all your valuable information you always give out. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I mean, the information, and Ernie, you already know, the information is free. When we have time in the correct setting, we have no problem sharing what we know. The issue comes when we have customers that come on, or potential customers or drive-bys that come on, and they want to get the information at their own pace and time. If you stick with us and follow us just for a little while, you'll see what actual value we have to add. But, Monday through Friday, and I was able to sneak in a couple of, marketing, like Sheila was saying, marketing ideas. I was able to share some marketing stuff. But Monday through Friday, that's when we're marketing our business. We're always marketing. But my goal on Monday through Friday is to get money coming into our business. That is usually when people come on and they don't understand that, hey, when I'm talking about this product, that's what I'm talking about. If you want to talk about something else, you're more than welcome to ask at a later date. But it's a time and place for everything. We do our best not to allow other people to dictate how we share too. But you got to put yourself in it. You got to think about it. If I want to learn how to walk, I got to get up out the chair. If I want to learn how to do social media, I got to get ebooks. I got to get audiobooks. I got to do YouTube. There's people out there that's sharing free stuff to get you started. And then once you have sucked up and soaked up all the free information, now it may be time to invest in some stuff. Maybe time to invest in some stuff. Questions, comments? I think that's it. We got 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes, y'all. 2.5 minutes. Another thing, and you guys will realize, like I told John to contact me later, every question is not for every answer is not for everybody. Do y'all get me when I say that? Everything should not be shared with the public. Some things should be held close. It cannot be a session to where it's totally open forum, because the right ears may misinterpret and the wrong ears may hear. So some things need to be done over the phone. Some things need to be done in a detailed email. Thanks for the gifts. I appreciate it. And some things is just not for everybody's ears, everybody's eyes. And you will learn that in business, because somebody is always watching. Somebody's always looking and waiting. It's never about holding back information, or it's never about, as some people say, gatekeeping. It's never about that. It's never about gatekeeping. It's always about a time and a place. If we can create a group of business owners who are serious about building their business, then I'll talk all night long. Don't bother me. I'll share just about everything I know. But Larry Lunchmeat and Hayden Helen and Susie Salad Maker don't need to hear everything. You know what I'm saying? They don't need to hear that, because they're not going to do anything with it but go back and tell somebody. They're going to misinterpret it, and that's what happens. Well, I know you're serious. But we have a lot of conversation. I just want everybody to know that. So that's it, man. I got to go. We still got some things to do with each other. You still over there working? Okay. Well, I ain't gonna stay on here. I'm gonna do something else. All right. So anyway, disregard the last 15, maybe 20 minutes of the live. live actually ended with the last little write-up about balance between working versus business, working in your business versus working on your business. I get a little tongue-tied sometimes because I talk fast. But thank y'all for jumping on. I appreciate it. I know you guys could have been anywhere else. We decided to see what was going on over here. Once again, we are the Blank Spot, the Sublimation Blanks and T-shirt transfer supplier located just outside of Columbia, South Carolina. Do not sleep on the Blank Spot. We are the fastest growing sublimation blanks and T-shirt transfer supply in the Southwest, Southeast, North, and South. We're gonna hit everything. All right. So drop your likes, your shares. Make sure you follow us on our Facebook. We do have a subscription that helps to support our sharing information. We have gifts that you can give on TikTok, and we also have stars that you can give on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free to subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified. Watch these videos again. Like I always say, when you know better, that's when you have the ability to do better. And the only knowledge that's powerful is properly applied knowledge. Don't forget to go to the website, take advantage of the deals. I will see everybody at the top because there is entirely too many people struggling at the bottom. Peace.